Hey and welcome back. So today I thought we'd do a little island called Koh Tao, which is next to Koh Phangan near Phuket of Thailand, and we will look at the coral reefs that are at Koh Tao. Koh Tao Island has lots of coral reefs, not so much at Koh Phangan, but when I went in 2019, I was lucky enough to see both islands. The snorkeling was incredible. So back at home in England, I kept a saltwater aquarium for about 7 years, 8 years. I even went and worked at an aquarium shop for a year to learn more. Um, and then I went to Thailand and going snorkeling for the first time, seeing the reefs blew me away. Just so good. I think at that point I decided I knew I was going to sell the majority of my things in England and move to Thailand. But anyway, since I'm back in England for a couple more months, I thought I'd make more of these videos. And this one's called The Birth of a Reef. If you've done scuba diving, which I've never done, please comment below. I'd love to hear your stories about scuba diving trips around Thailand or around the rest of the world. Is it easy to do? Worth doing? I think I know the answer to that last question, which is a massive yes. So, here we go. Let's get going.
Coral reefs is what gives life to the sea. They cover less than 1% of the ocean floor, but supports an estimate of 25% of all marine life. These magnificent animals have lived in our oceans for 500 million years, and today they generate half of the Earth's oxygen. But how does coral reproduce and spread across the ocean floor? This is the birth of a reef.
Also at Koh Tao, you just saw there a whale shark, the really, really big fish. You can go scuba diving or snorkeling with them. That would be something that would be incredible to do.
The Gulf of Thailand is a shallow and nutrient-rich area thanks to the many rivers that feed into it. Far into the Gulf, we find the small island of Koa Tao. Famous for its rich marine life, scuba divers flock to these shores to visit the many reefs and pinnacles the island has to offer. In one bay, we find the Conservation Center RCP, or New Haven Reef Conservation Program. They have been monitoring and protecting coral reefs since they were founded back in 2007. Many students and volunteers visit to learn about and help the reefs. But today is a special day. Instructor Kirsty and her team are hoping to witness an event that only happens a few times a year. They have been preparing for weeks and been looking forward to it even longer.
So I think they're about to see coral spawning, hence the title of the video. And it basically comes down to the moonlight. So once or twice a year, there's a certain position the moon is, and again, it triggers the corals to release their eggs. If you know more on this, please comment below. Again, it'd be brilliant just to figure it all out, and maybe in this video, they're about to tell us anyway.
The divers are all well aware that this night might be the highlight of their visit to the island. Hopeful and excited, they set out.
If it's 7:30, nothing has gone off. If we're snorkeling, we'll then do a night dive then, so we'll do
you do a night dive? I don't know. Bit different. One thing being underwater, but then night.
Coral reefs are highly
Yeah, the
sensitive
torch.
to light, especially
Sure.
on a night like this. The white light emitted from underwater torches might delay or confuse the animals, hence red filters are attached to keep disturbance to a minimum. Now, it's a waiting game. The divers swim around and check different coral colonies. What they are looking for is something out of the ordinary. But they are not the only ones out. With the events about to unfold, the reef is teeming with all kinds of different life.
It's all food for them. Food.
Finally, we get the first sign. Small round shapes
that a
start to
blue ring
emerge from
octopus?
various coral species. This is what the team has been waiting for. This process, known as setting, is the first step in what is described as the largest synchronous birthing event on planet Earth. The corals are spawning. Slowly, the various species of corals start to let go. Small clusters of eggs are released and start floating towards the surface.
Whoa.
The scientists start to collect eggs from various species. To them, this is more than a stunning visual
Amazing.
event. They are part of a program that is trying to help corals survive in the future, and the collection they do here provides data to researchers around the world. As the night progresses, the spawning intensifies. More and more.
How many of you thought a coral was a plant? Because it surprised me when I was first learning about it. It's actually a colony of animals, and they rely on the sunlight to farm algae during the day, and at night they open up and their little tentacles will grab little crustaceans. And yeah, so it's not a plant, but it also relies like a plant on the sunlight to produce its own algae to feed during the day. Really clever, really clever.
Corals
Not just
are
pretty.
releasing their eggs.
Amazing.
Other corals start to release sperm. The sperm also floats to the surface and fertilizes the eggs. From here, the fertilized eggs drift with the currents.
So each one of those round heads on that coral is a single animal, and it's all in a colony.
And a small percentage of them are able to settle on suitable hard substrates somewhere at sea. This is how corals spawn.
The eggs are so much larger than I thought they would be. I thought they'd be like...
Corals spawn at the same time across vast distances around the world. It is still a mystery to us how this is done. For corals to be able to spawn, it takes a lot of energy and it leaves them vulnerable. Over the next months, the island experiences a heat wave that raises the sea temperatures by several degrees. This is bad news for corals. For many coral colonies, the spawning was their last act. With the increased stress of ocean temperatures,
The sad part.
many corals start to bleach, meaning they are slowly dying. This is how fragile these reefs are and why it's so important to continue to work to protect
So yeah, what you see there, the white coral, that's not good. That's not good.
them. With oceans warming up and other human-introduced stress factors remain unchecked, the very foundation of life in the sea could be lost forever. But through conservation efforts such as on Koa Tao, there is still hope for the future of corals.
And check out that coral. I think that's called a aquapora, or maybe I don't think it's a plate montipora. Probably an aquapora. But look at the size of it. And sadly, the sad part is, yeah, oceans are warming up, and corals are struggling. But there's so much you can read about it being depressing that I actually think there's quite a lot of positives. Okay, so the water temperature does need to come down, but when that does happen, I believe that the aquarium trade will be able to help uh, feed corals back into the ocean. I'm not sure about fish, if they can breed fish, some, but fish isn't the problem in my mind, it's the corals, and having corals ready to be put back into the ocean, which they're already doing. They put them like on plastic frames and sit them, and they do something called fragging. So they will break a bit of the coral off, glue it on to what they desire it to go onto, and it will grow from there. The white is calcium. It's like our skeleton bones. So yeah, the white you see there is the calcium from the skeleton of the coral. So all the flesh is gone. But anyways, what was amazing was to see Koa Tao, see the spawning of the corals. I don't know if I'd be brave enough to dive at night to see spawning of corals, but definitely something I'd look into. But snorkeling in itself is incredible at Koh Tao. If you have the chance to go down to Phuket, definitely have a look if you can go get a ferry over to Koh Tao and Koh Phangan. Koh Tao for the snorkeling and Koh Phangan for the full moon party. Paradise on an island. Thank you for watching, really means a lot to me. I got plenty more videos all about Thailand, so whether it be Muay Thai, the coral reefs, or just lifestyle of Thailand, I'll soon find a video and put it on. If there's any videos you think I should react to, please comment below and I'll check it out and give you a shout out. Okay people, I'll catch you soon. Stay safe. Ciao.